Imagine living in a world where getting dressed in the morning becomes a daily battle, and the people closest to you drift away because they can't understand why you're still not better. For over 50 million Americans living with chronic pain, this isn't imagination, it's reality. Today, we'll meet three remarkable individuals who've discovered surprising strengths while navigating both physical pain and the relationships that sometimes hurt even more. Their stories will change how you think about pain, resilience, and healing. Greetings. It's nice to see you again. And if you're new here, you're very welcome. The first person I'm going to introduce you to is Diana, a 21-year-old college student living with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, or EDS, a condition that affects her body's connective tissue, making her joints unusually flexible but unstable. She says some days it feels like her body is a house of cards, and the slightest movement could make everything collapse. EDS causes her joints to frequently dislocate, leading to chronic pain that fluctuates in intensity but never truly disappears. Diana learned early on that keeping a detailed pain and energy journal was crucial for managing her condition. It helped her understand limits and gave her concrete evidence to show her doctors and professors when she needed accommodations. Diana's experience with invisible illness mirrors what many young chronic pain sufferers face: the challenge of looking fine on the outside while battling constant discomfort. This invisibility of pain is something our next individual knows all too well. Tony, a 27-year-old dog groomer, lives with ankylosing spondylitis, a progressive form of arthritis that primarily affects the spine. While Diana's joints are too flexible, Tony's condition causes his vertebrae to gradually fuse together, reducing his mobility and causing persistent inflammation. He shared people observe him at work, carefully handling their pets, and they don't realize that every movement he makes is a calculated decision, that each bend, each stretch has to be planned. Both Tony and Diana have had to reshape their lives around their conditions, but they've also found unexpected strength in adaptation. Diana switched from pursuing pre-med to majoring in disability advocacy, turning her own experience into a platform for change. For Tony, working with animals has become both a challenge and a source of healing. The unconditional acceptance he receives from his four-legged clients contrasts sharply with the skepticism he sometimes faces from humans, a sentiment that deeply resonates with our next story. And this is Frida. She's 51 years old and grapples not only with chronic post-surgical hip pain, but also with the emotional weight of unresolved relationships that have frayed under the strain of her condition. Following what should have been a routine hip replacement, Frida developed chronic pain that her medical team is still struggling to explain. The physical pain is devastating, she shared, but the emotional pain of not being believed by some family members, that cut even deeper. This intersection of physical and emotional pain is where all three of our stories converge. Diana's college experience has been shaped by professors who don't always understand her need for accommodations. Tony has lost friends who couldn't comprehend why he couldn't just push through his limitations. And Frida, her story illuminates how chronic pain can strain even our closest relationships. But here's what's remarkable about these three individuals. They've each found ways to transform their challenges into opportunities for growth. Diana has become an advocate for disability rights on her campus, creating a support group for students with invisible illnesses. Tony developed a unique approach to dog grooming that protects his body while allowing him to continue doing what he loves. And Frida? She learned that while forgiveness might not always be possible, finding peace with that reality can be its own form of healing. Their stories teach us that chronic pain isn't just about managing physical symptoms. It's about navigating a world that isn't always designed for those living with persistent pain. It's about finding ways to be understood and sometimes learning to be okay when understanding doesn't come. For those watching who are living with chronic pain, here are three powerful strategies our storytellers have found helpful. The first one is to practice the energy envelope technique. Like Diana, keep a pain and energy journal for a week. Track your activities and pain levels to identify your personal limits. This helps you plan your days more effectively and prevents overexertion. Second, try Tony's micro movement meditation. During high pain moments, focus on the parts of your body that feel okay. Make small, gentle movements with these areas while protecting and the other areas and practicing deep breathing. This can help shift your brain's focus and reduce pain and sensitive intensity. Third, adopt Frida's emotional boundary toolkit. Create a simple phrase you can use when others don't understand your experience, like, I know this is hard to understand, but I need to take care of myself right now. Remember, you don't owe anyone forgiveness for dismissing your pain. While forgiveness can be healing in some cases, it's not a requirement for moving forward. Your emotional well being might actually benefit from maintaining healthy distance from those who consistently invalidate your experience. Most importantly, all three of our storytellers emphasize this: you are the expert of your own experience. While the world may not always understand your invisible battle, your pain is real, your adaptations are valid, and your boundaries are necessary. As we conclude these stories, please remember that chronic pain may be invisible, but its impact on lives is profound and real. Through understanding these experiences and implementing these strategies, we can all work towards creating a more empathetic and accessible world, one where invisible battles are acknowledged and every person's journey with pain is honored. So it's bye for now, and I'm wishing you a comfortable week.